The condition of Lod City in Israel after the shocking revelation of 30 secret Mossad headquarters being discovered has become one of the most talked about subjects in recent times. This unexpected development has not only altered the way the city is perceived on a geopolitical scale, but has also shed light on the hidden mechanisms of intelligence operations in one of the most strategically sensitive regions of the world. For many, Lod was seen as an ordinary urban center with historical and cultural significance. A city known for its mixed population of Jews and Arabs, its bustling markets, and its proximity to Israel's main airport. However, the discovery of so many clandestine facilities belonging to Mossad has forced analysts, journalists, and everyday citizens to rethink the deeper layers of the city's infrastructure and the role it plays in Israel's intelligence landscape. At the surface level, the first striking feature of this revelation is the sheer number of secret headquarters uncovered. 30 independent operational centers tied to one of the world's most feared and respected intelligence agencies is not a small detail. This number suggests not just a scattered presence, but a highly coordinated network that has been functioning quietly, embedded within the city's everyday environment. For those familiar with intelligence work, the design of such an operation reflects careful urban integration. Mossad's ability to camouflage these headquarters in plain sight behind ordinary facades such as offices, warehouses, residential structures, or even cultural institutions demonstrates advanced expertise in covert design. The uniqueness lies in how seamlessly these bases were able to operate without raising suspicion. Blending in with Lod's commercial and residential rhythms from a performance standpoint, what stands out most is how these hidden headquarters reflect Mossad's operational efficiency. Intelligence networks require not just manpower, but also the steady flow of communication, technology, and resources. The fact that 30 such facilities could be supported within a single city indicates an incredibly resilient logistical backbone. Analysts point to Lod's geographical positioning as a likely reason. Situated near Ben Gurion International Airport, the country's main travel hub, Lod provides direct access to both domestic and international channels, making it an ideal site for rapid deployment, secure transfer of information, and international liaison work. The performance of these headquarters would have relied heavily on state-of-the-art surveillance, cryptographic technology, and advanced data handling systems, all concealed behind ordinary urban appearances. This capacity for hidden high-tech integration reveals Mossad's reputation for staying decades ahead of conventional intelligence agencies. Design elements also come into play when assessing how these headquarters managed to remain undetected for so long. Unlike military bases or overt government facilities that rely on physical barriers and obvious security infrastructure, Mossad's Lod facilities were designed for invisibility. Reports suggest that many of them may have been masked as nondescript buildings, possibly with reinforced underground sections. Subterranean design allows for both protection and discretion, while at the same time minimizing disruption to the city's surface life. Advanced architectural techniques such as noise, insulation, electromagnetic shielding, and disguised ventilation systems may have been employed. These design features highlight Mossad's deep understanding of both human psychology and architectural camouflage, ensuring that even if residents pass by daily, they would perceive nothing unusual. In essence, the design itself was a weapon, a feature that made detection nearly impossible, until circumstances brought the truth to light. Unique selling points of this revelation revolve around the way Lod now stands as a case study in urban intelligence concealment. For years, observers speculated about Mossad's headquarters being scattered across Israel, with known facilities in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem. Yet the idea of such a dense concentration in Lod was not widely discussed. This makes Lod unique. Its ordinary cityscape was, in fact, housing one of the most sophisticated intelligence hubs in the world. The city's mixed population further adds complexity to the situation. In a city where tensions between communities have historically existed, the knowledge that so many intelligence centers were in operation may now fuel suspicion, debate, or even fear. For some, this discovery will be seen as proof of the agency's ability to safeguard national security by working silently in the shadows, while for others it raises concerns about secrecy and the extent to which an intelligence network should be woven into everyday civilian life. Another aspect worth considering is how the discovery impacts Israel's image globally. On one hand, it reinforces the perception of Mossad as a near-mythical intelligence force, capable of embedding entire networks within ordinary environments without exposure. On the other hand, it opens questions about transparency and the potential risks to civilian populations living near or inside these secret facilities. Critics argue that should these headquarters have ever been targeted by rival nations or militant groups, the collateral damage to civilians could have been catastrophic. Thus, the condition of Lod today is not just about its urban or cultural landscape, but also about the psychological state of its residents, many of whom may now feel unsettled knowing they were living alongside operations of such magnitude. From a technical perspective, the exposure of these headquarters suggests both strengths and vulnerabilities. Strength lies in Mossad's demonstrated ability to conceal and manage high-level operations within a functioning city for years, if not decades. Vulnerability arises from the fact that they were eventually discovered, raising questions about leaks, surveillance, breakthroughs, or shifting balances in intelligence warfare. Experts speculate that advanced satellite imaging, cyber, or human intelligence from rival agencies may have played a role in revealing the extent of Mossad's presence in Lod. The performance of the network, therefore, cannot be fully assessed without acknowledging the eventual breach in secrecy that brought it to light for residents of Lod. The condition of the city after this revelation is layered with both fascination and concern. On one side, there is a sense of awe that their city played host to such a critical role in global intelligence. On the other, there is unease about what this means for their daily lives going forward. Will the city become a focal point for further investigations, media scrutiny, or even retaliation? Already, local infrastructure, housing markets, and business operations are being affected by the flood of attention. The urban identity of Lod is transforming. No longer just a city of cultural intersections, but also the stage for one of the largest intelligence exposures in recent history. The broader design elements of Lod City planning now appear in a new light. Streets, neighborhoods, and industrial zones that once seemed ordinary are being reevaluated for their potential connections to Mossad operations. Hidden tunnels, fortified basements, or repurposed warehouses may now be subject to investigation for urban planners and architects worldwide. This situation becomes an unexpected case study in how Covert's intelligence infrastructure can coexist with and exploit regular urban design. The balance between civilian life and covert operations has never been so visibly illustrated. At the same time, the uniqueness of the revelation lies not only in the facilities themselves, but in the narrative they tell about Israel's national security priorities. Mossad's focus has always been outward-facing counterterrorism, counterintelligence, and international operations. Having such a dense cluster of headquarters inside, Lod highlights Israel's recognition of the city as strategic advantages, its transport links, its diverse demographic environment, and its geographic centrality all make it a natural intelligence hub. This gives outsiders a rare glimpse into how Israel structures its national defense beyond the traditional military framework. It's not just about tanks and planes, but about networks hidden within the heart of cities for international observers. The condition of Lod today also carries symbolic weight. It stands as proof that even the most ordinary places can be the epicenters of extraordinary operations. It challenges assumptions about what cities are and how they function. A city can be both a home to families and a silent battlefield of intelligence agencies. This duality is what makes the story of Lod both unsettling and fascinating. The human element cannot be overlooked. Residents who lived unknowingly alongside these headquarters now find themselves part of a larger geopolitical narrative. Their city has been redefined not by their own making, but by the invisible hand of global intelligence work. Ultimately, the discovery of 30 secret Mossad headquarters in Lod City is not just an isolated revelation. It is a window into the sophisticated, layered, and often nezable structures that underpin national security. It showcases Mossad's unmatched expertise in covert design, urban integration, and operational performance, while simultaneously exposing the inherent risks of embedding intelligence networks so deeply into civilian environments. The condition of Lod after this discovery is therefore a multifaceted, part strategic hub, part ordinary city, part symbol of secrecy revealed. It forces us to reconsider what we think we know about intelligence, about urban spaces, and about the delicate balance between security and transparency in a world where the unseen often shapes the visible.